Give me 3 seconds. I just want to see these stats. Really proud of our guys. Grind out win against a great defensive team, team that was really together, made it tough. I was proud of our guys' resiliency on a night where we don't make shots. Had a lot of good ones, didn't make them. We wouldn't have it any other way. I was definitely proud of our guys' resolve.
Needed a couple from Brendan there to kind of key that run. How huge were for a guy that's missed? I think he 14 straight misses before those.
Was it 14 straight? That means he's due a lot. Those of us who've been around Brendan Housen know what he is. We've all seen him shoot the ball, so we never worry about him. Honestly, we really don't worry about making or missing shots. Our thoughts are with defending and rebounding. I thought we did that at a decently high level. And I thought that was the key to the victory.
Hawk got the ball in the corner, could have pulled it up. He was open. That extra pass to Jordan for that more open three, emblematic of kind of what you want to see, or how critical is that to see?
Yeah, I think our guys have been doing that, looking for each other. I think that one of the strengths of this team is our guys really like each other. And when you like each other and you're bonded, you look for each other. And I think our guys played together. Every game this year, really. It hasn't always been a positive result, but I think our guys have always stayed together, and that's been positive.
Do you feel like tonight was a must-win for you guys after how the last 3 games have gone?
No. Well, we look at every game like the biggest game of the year. So, whatever that means to you guys, great. When we replay our next game, that's going to be the biggest game of the year, and same with the following game. So it doesn't matter if we win, lose. We're thinking the next game's the biggest game of the year.
How key was the effort on the offensive glass tonight?
I thought that was big time. I apologize. I didn't get to really study the stats, but our guys, especially these two, are always going to the offensive glass, keeping the balls alive. I thought Nana was big for us, rebounding wise, defending as well. I thought the crowd was amazing. I thought it really gave us a jolt. Overall team effort.
He had those 2 big blocks in the second half. How does that kind of give you guys a little bit of energy on the defensive end?
Yeah, he's a defensive juggernaut. These guys have all experienced it in practice. I was glad that he got out there and got to contribute. He was big time for us.
And that look with Nana and Lance, it was kind of a new look for your team. It seemed like we hadn't seen that all season. What made you want to go to play those 2 guys together?
They were huge, and we kind of just wanted to match up with them defensively. To those guys' credit, I think they did a great job.
I know that you guys key in on defense and rebounding, and the ball goes in when the ball goes in. But mentally, when the ball doesn't go in, you can still grind out a win. Mentally, how much does that lift this team? Do you think? And you guys, if you could speak to that as well, perhaps.
Yeah, I thought that that's something that we have been talking about, and that's like you said it. That's Villanova basketball. Like any good team, they're not going to have every night where you shoot the ball great. In fact, there'll be a lot of nights where you don't shoot the ball great, and some nights where you shoot the ball terribly. You never want to be a team that says, "Oh, well, we just didn't make shots." That's never been us, and we don't want that to be us. We want to say, "All right, we didn't make shots, and we still got stops and found a way."
A game or so to go, you hit a couple shots there, foul shot and a 3. Did you feel at that point that gave the team a lift and they were ready to go on a run?
Yeah, I feel like it gave us a big momentum, but we still take pride on defense and rebounding. That was our main focus during the game. So
Things weren't going well. Nana's a guy who hasn't played a ton. He can come in there and make 2 blocks like that and kind of change the energy. I'm not saying you guys needed that to make your final run, but how big is it to see a guy who doesn't play a ton who come in there and affect a game like this?
Yeah, it's huge. It just shows how locked in we are from top to bottom. Like Coach said earlier, he's had a different type of season than a lot of guys, and for him to stay prepared and step up in a fashion like that, it just shows his character and how locked in we are. I
know you said the other day that shooters don't lose confidence, but when you have, and this was a 4th game in a row where the shots aren't going in for a large stretch, how do you guys stay confident? How do you not let it impact how you're playing out there?
It's just what we do. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and go take the same shots I usually do, and it's gonna click one day. That's all I got.
What's the adjustment without Justin? How well do you think you guys handle that, especially offensively?
mean, I feel like we got a lot of guys that know how to like playmaking, make plays for our teammates and stuff. So I feel like got a good team. So
Kyle Hawk. And there's not necessarily anything that
It's cut off here. I can't see it. I was trying to look at that.
there's not necessarily anything that truly jumps off the stat sheet there. But what is it that makes him so effective in his minutes?
I mean, Hawk is just an overall basketball player. He does everything. He can handle the ball. He can shoot the ball. He can make decisions. He can guard a guard. He can guard bigger guys. He just keeps you connected.
Where is this team on the kind of the growth arc, if you will?
I think we got a room to get a lot better. We got still got new guys that are learning, what we do. I think they've done a great job so far. Our goal has always been to be the best team we can be by the end of the season. We know right now that we've had some nights where we haven't made shots. We have nights where we've really made shots. We have nights where we've come out and with a lot of energy. I think we've had every single emotion and every single possible experience you can have as a team so far. And I think that's good in the early season. We've had close games. We had games where we were up a lot and games where we're up a lot and teams came back. We have literally everything. So we've had a lot of experiences together. We got a little break right now to go back and try to get better.
Is it a good
To have
time?
less, go less drive?
Nah, I mean, it is what it is. This is a season. And there's a lot of obstacles, in every season. No season ever has ever been like, oh, well, you just came and won every game by 30 points and walked off and won a championship. I don't think that's ever happened. Not to my knowledge anyway. There's always things that you have to get over as a team, things you have to come back and fix and get better at.
In 7-4, and this was the path to 7-4. You probably would think it was a little weird path to get here. Is this a truly abnormal stretch of basketball you've seen in terms of how you've arrived here? And after that, is it a good time to have kind of a break here?
I think that for me, and as a coach, I think you at this point you expect the unexpected. I'm not surprised by anything. You could have a leprechaun walk through here right now. I'd be like, all right, well. I try not to get too high, try not to get too low. Whatever happens, happens, and we'll deal with it and move on to the next situation.
Kyle is pretty calm, I guess, at least publicly to us. Maybe not privately in practice, but even if he doesn't show that emotion all the time, that's sort of his personality. How does that help you guys kind of go through what he's been talking about, the ups and downs and back and forth, the leprechauns?
I mean, I think our relationship is strong enough that it doesn't matter, how he is, whether he's yelling, screaming, just talking, whatever it is. That just goes to our relationship, and we have the relationship that's open enough where, he gets his message across, and if it's not received, we can always talk about it and just clarify it. So, it doesn't really matter his whole delivery.
Hey, Kyle, is it getting ready to go into conference play?
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, I think having experience, having a lot of different type of experiences only helps you. And this team has been through a lot in this short season, and I think it's only going to help us moving forward.
What is your message for the fan base?
We're going to come out and we're going to work and we're going to try to be the best team we can be by the end of the season.
28 minutes for Jordan tonight. Showed a couple of tough assignments on some of the better guards on the perimeter. What did you make of his defensive effort tonight?
I mean, Jordan Longino's always been one of our better defenders. He is great size, he has great agility laterally. He's really intelligent. He always knows the game plan, so he's always one of the better defenders. We expect none less from him.
When you pick up the stat sheet right before this, what is the first thing your eyes go to?
First thing I always look at is rebounding. I try to look for their defensive numbers. So, I think we did a decent job. Those are below our game goals, so I think we did a decent job.